Valli, thank you very much for talking to ET now. Valli Arunachalam, whose bid for a board seat at Murugappa Group was rejected by a majority of shareholders. You, of course, released a strong statement after that where you spoke about being shocked at the development. You also said that you will not shy away from a battle. So what can we expect next? I mean, are you still going to maybe talk to your family members, to the shareholders on whether there can be a resolution, or is this now heading to NCLT? What can we expect next, Valli?
See, for the past 3 years, our family, we've been having discussions with the larger family to settle our stake, and these discussions have gone nowhere. And then in August, I asked for a board seat, and later, sometime in December of 2019, they said, okay, we'll consider your board seat at the next AGM, which was almost 9 months later. And so I put in my application for a board seat, and the shareholders, majority of whom are the board members, voted on it, and they rejected my application. So now we are at a crossroads where we have extended the olive branch to make to facilitate a settlement, but nothing has come of it, and neither have they given me a board seat. So they want to have the cake and eat it, and we all know that that's not possible. So I will continue to fight, not just for my family, but for all Indian women who are in this kind of predicament. And the decision taken by the family will not deter my resolve. I will continue to fight on for justice. And I believe in the Indian legal system, and I believe that justice will be delivered.
Right. Valli, I just wanted to check with you. You mentioned that this battle for you began 3 years ago. Was that the first time you discussed this within the family? Because I think 2017 was also the time Mr. Murugappan, Mr. M.V. Murugappan passed away. So did the discussions begin then, or did they begin even when he was there at Murugappa Group? More importantly, have you discussed this with the women members, the women family members of Murugappa Group? What has their reaction been? Is there support that you're getting from that side?
So to answer your first question, yes, discussions were started 3 years ago after my father's passing. In fact, two of the board members of Ambadi were executors of my father's will. So it has been known to the family from the time my father passed away what his wishes were. And that was to for the family to settle our family's stake in at fair value. So that has been known for 3 years now. And we have taken every proactive step to bring the family to the table, but nothing has come of it. They have refused every settlement option that we have put on the table.
Right. Murugappa's family's tradition, if I got this right, is that even son-in-laws must not enter the business. It only needs to go to the sons. So, is there a bigger factor at play here? It's not just gender bias, because the family traditionally has not even allowed the sons-in-law to enter the family business. It's only been passed on to the sons in the family.
Well, I'll let history speak for itself. If you look at the Murugappa website, the family tree, it is clearly evident that there has never been a family woman on the Murugappa board or in the Murugappa family business. So history speaks for itself. And nor has there been a son-in-law. It is a sons only club. And in this day and age, it doesn't make sense.
Okay. And the other point that I wanted to bring to you was this insistence on not having the women members of the family. Is it only on the boards of perhaps the holding company, the group companies? Because broadly, in terms of the work done at the foundation in other management roles, are there more women? Is diversity a major focus? What have your own observations been? Because this group prides itself on having high standards of corporate governance. Even on the boards of many of the listed companies, they have tried to have it as professionally run as possible. So, what is your take on this?
Well, I think actions speak louder than words. Um, Here is a family woman who is eminently qualified. I have a PhD in nuclear engineering with 25 years experience in Fortune 500 companies. I have numerous patents and peer-reviewed publications to my credit. And if those qualifications are insufficient to elect a woman onto the board of the holding company, I don't see any other reason for. There's no other explanation needed. It is just unbelievable misogyny. Whereas, in contrast, there have been much less educationally qualified men that have been elected to the board soon after their father's passing. And it has been 3 years since my father passed away, and our family branch doesn't have representation on the board of the holding company. And our family does not have the insights into the operations of the group like all the other family branches have. In fact, our family branch, when my father was alive, did have that insight. But what happened after him? It's the only reason could be that our branch of the family does not have any male heirs. And in this day and age, that is that kind of reasoning just doesn't fly, especially when you have qualified, experienced females.
Right, right. Interestingly, Bali, a lot of people have been commenting about how this has come just weeks after the Supreme Court gave a historic ruling on the Hindu Succession Act of 2005, where they said it can be applied retrospectively as well. But as per company law, if you look at how Ambadi Investments have operated, basically a majority of their shareholders have voted against this resolution. So, do you believe you have a strong case legally here if this were to go, legally to any relevant court? Because they could say that it was a democratic decision taken by a majority of shareholders. They have followed company law in this respect. How do you see this going forward?
So I do want to point out that the majority, about 89% of the shareholding of Ambadi is held by the family members. So it is they that determine the outcome. And it is those very same shareholders that told me way back in December of 2019 that you apply for the board seat and we will consider it at the next AGM, which was almost 9 months ago. But they are the decision makers. They are the majority shareholders. And they could have told me way back in December that, we've made a decision that we're not going to vote you in, or they had 9 months. I mean, this AGM was just a charade. It was a charade to just show that the outcome was, in my view, premeditated. because they had lots of opportunity to let me know how they would vote, right? And if they didn't want to vote for me, they had 9 months to tell me that. But instead, they chose to have the AGM, and then at the AGM voted me down.
Right, right. Bali, have you had a chance to speak to them after the developments on Monday? I mean, have they reached out? Have you reached out? Have any lines of communication been established post that?
No, no lines of communication have been established.
Murugappa Group so far has not commented on the latest developments. They have not offered a comment so far. So, from your end, can you give us a sense of what your next immediate steps are going to be?
Well, I will fight on. I will not let the decision of the family deter my efforts to seek justice for both my family and for other women. And I will seek the advice of my trusted advisors, and I will explore what options I have.
Right. On that note, Valli Arunachalam, thank you very much for talking to ET Now and for fighting that good fight, that important fight. Hopefully, there will be a favorable outcome and we can see things getting amicably resolved between you and Murugappa Group. But thank you very much for taking time out all the way from the US and joining us on ET Now.
You're very welcome.